Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadrama. Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Gaur Premanande. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramans Parivrajakacharya Shudra Shudra Sriman His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramans Parivrajakacharya Shudra Shudra Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरदास ठाकुर की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की संवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की Thy God Premanande, all glories to Small devotees, all glories to Small devotees, all glories to Small devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Reading from 10th canto, chapter 10 or 13th verse. Asatah Shri Mandandasya. अच्छा गलत डाल दिया क्या 13 असतः श्री मंदान्दस्य दारिद्र्यां परम अंजनम् आत्मौपम्येन भूतानि Daridraha paramikshate. Atataha Shri Mandandasya Daridryam Param Anjanam Atmaupam Yena Bhutani Daridraha Paramikshate. Asataha Shri Mandandasya Daridryam Paramanjanam Atmaupamyena Bhutani Daridraha Paramikshate. Asataha Shri Madandasya Vichyate Shri Madandasya Asataha Shri Madandasya. Yena Bhutani Daridraha Paramikshate. Mataji's Shri Madandasya Vidyam Paramanjanam. A word to word meaning. Asataha, of such a foolish rascal, Sri Madandasya, who is blinded by temporary possessing riches and opulence. Daridryam, poverty. Param Anjanam, the best ointment for the eyes, by which to see things as they are. Atma Aupamyena, with comparison to himself. Bhutani, living beings. Daridraha, a poverty stricken man. Param, perfectly. Ikshate, can see things as they are. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki atheistic fools and rascals who are very much proud of wealth fail to see things as they are. Therefore, returning them to poverty is the proper ointment for their eyes so they may see things as they are. At least a poverty stricken man can realize how painful poverty is, and therefore he will not want others to be in a painful condition like his own. Even today, Purport. Even today, if a man who was formerly poverty stricken gets money, he is inclined to utilize his money to perform many philanthropic activities like opening schools for uneducated men and hospitals for the diseased. In this connection, there is an instructive story called Punar Mushiko Bhava. Again became a mouse. The mouse was very much harassed by a cat, and therefore the mouse approached a saintly person to request to become a cat. When the mouse becomes a cat, he was harassed by a dog. And then when he became a dog, he was harassed by a tiger. And but when he became a tiger, he stared at the saintly person. And when the saintly person asked him, "What do you want?" the tiger said, "I want to eat you." Then the saintly person cursed him, saying, "May you again become a mouse." A similar thing is going on all over the universe. One is going up and down, sometimes becoming a mouse, sometimes a tiger, and so on. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Brahmanda Brahmita Kona Bhagyavana Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Beach. The living entities are promoted and degraded by the laws of nature. But if one is very, very fortunate by association with saintly persons, he gets the seed of devotional service and his life becomes successful. Narad Muni wanted to bring Nalakuvera and Manigriva to the platform of devotional service through poverty. And thus he cursed them. Such is the mercy of a Vaishnava. Unless one is brought to the Vaishnava platform, one cannot be a good man. Arau abhaktasya kuto mahadguna. And a Vaishnava never becomes a good man, however severely he is punished. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamesha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganaragunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Saganalilita Shri Vishakanvitamesha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyev cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Hare Krishna. So we welcome you all to this Bhagbatam class. So I seek your blessings. So blessings of your Vaishnavas so that I may be able to speak this Amal Puran in front of you and for myself also so that I can learn this and implement this in my life. Mm. So we are in the 10th canto and the chapter's name is Deliverance of Yamalarjuna Trees. So here as you know the story of Nalakuber and Manigriv, they were the sons of Kuber. So Kuber was he is the treasurer in heavenly planets. So they both are the sons of very rich person, mm, richest person. Generally in this earth, the richest person's son enjoys a lot. Then what to speak of that person who is the richest in the heavenly planet? He will be more richer than the person in this earth. And as you all know, in heavenly planet, you can enjoy a lot. If you want to really enjoy, then you must not be in this earthly planet. You should go to heavenly planet because here there is no enjoyment, even if a person is very rich also. So this Nalakuver and Manigriv, they enjoyed a lot, and they were so enjoying, and their sensual enjoyment reached to a very high limit that they were enjoying in a river with women, with naked women. And even after Narad Muni came there, they didn't show any respect to him. Mm. See, but they were totally blind mm, to the presence of Narad Muni. Even in today's society also, if some saintly person comes and he comes, then all people becomes very careful to give him respect or like that for a very civilized man. So Devatas, the heavenly denizens, they are very civilized. They are known as Aryans. So such a civilized person, he didn't show any respect to Narad Muni even after when he came front, and they were also enjoying in front of him. So Narad Muni couldn't withstand that, and he knew that Kuber was such a very great Devata. He was a very civilized person. He was a great devotee. So I must rectify them. So what he did, Narad Muni did, he gave them a curse. What curse? You will become tree. Hmm. And you'll become a tree, but what special curse is? You will be able to remember your past. And where you will become the tree? In the courtyard of Nandu Maharaj. Hmm. So this sense gratification hmm, is such a heavy thing. Hmm. It's such a misguiding thing that it blinds us. Hmm. So it blinds us to what? It makes us forget what is the real purpose of our life. Hmm. And it makes us forget, it reduces our determination to achieve the real purpose of life. What is that real purpose? Krishna Prem. So Prahlad Maharaj says in Shastra, in his teaching, he says to his father, Matirna Krishne Parato Svatova. Hmm. And Mito Bipadyeta Griha Vritanam. Adanta Gobir Vishatam Tamishram Punascharvita Charvananam. Hmm. So Matirna Krishne matlab means what? That any person, Matirna Krishna means, Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, like in devotional service. Inclination to serve Krishna. Inclination to serve Krishna. So a person who is inclined to serve Krishna, if his senses is uncontrolled, it is going here and there, then what happens? He will not be inclined to serve Krishna. Like what happened one time, one Prabhuji he went to one devotee's house. Uh, so first time he was going to his house. Uh, so he went inside the house. The devotee invited him. And actually, the devotee was practicing devotional service for around 5 6 years. He thought he was a very good devotee. So he took him inside the house and he made him sit in the sofa, everything. And there he saw something was covered in a cloth. Uh, he was actually an initiated devotee. So that Prabhuji asked, what is behind that cover? So this devotee said, don't ask me, don't ask me. So he removed that cover. In the cover, what was there? There was TV. TV was there. So he asked him whether you used to see TV. Yes, sometimes we see TV and everything like that. He say. So in devotional life also, what happens? Ki once, if we are not very strict, especially in case of sense control, then what will happen? Bhogeshwari prasaktanam taya parita chesasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samado na vidiyate. We won't develop the resolute determination to do devotional service if we are engaged in Bhoga and Aishwarya. Bhoga means enjoyment, and Aishwarya means opulences. So when these two things affect us, then we forget what is bhakti. Then bhakti becomes what? Masti. Yeah, bhukti. Hmm. So, if we are not trying to control our senses, because bhakti is a very easy process. In karma, in jnana process, it is very difficult. Like in karma process, in karma kanda, You have to perform exhaustive yagyas. Yagyas take very large amount of time, and meticulous mantras has to be spoken, and it happens, and these things take very expertise is required. And in Jnana Marg, what you have to do, you have to speak, you have to learn lot of shastras, you have to deep study of Vedanta sutras. So it is also very difficult. But in bhakti, what is simple, just do devotional service, just take prasad, just eat, chant, and dance, um, perform arti, and simple things like book distribution. These are not very difficult. These are very easy compared to remembering shlokas, performing yagyas, everything. But one thing is very important in bhakti. What is the most important thing? It is our intention and our attitude. If our intention and attitude is not good in bhakti, it's not proper in bhakti, then what happens? Shramayavayi kevalam. Shramayavayi kevalam. So that's why many devotees come into bhakti with some goal. But after staying in bhakti for 4, 5 years, 10 years, then their goal changes. Mm. They compare with each other, and then they realize that after 40, 50 years, they realize that no, I have to again go back in track. Uh, I have to do pure devotional service. I have been doing mixed devotional service, but I have to go back and track. So, especially this sense gratification, it has been condemned in our shastras. Mm. Uh, because when we indulge in sense gratification, especially Bhog and Aishwarya, then what happens? We forget our service to Lord Krishna. Like in Ramayana, Sugriva and Ram, when Ram met first Sugriva, what happened? A friendship took place. How friendship took place? They performed some yagya kind of thing, and Ram and Sugriva they came together. Then Ram helped Sugriva to defeat Bali. He killed Bali, and Sugriv got saved. And then Sugriv became the king of Kishkinta. Mm. And after Sugriv became the king of Kishkinta, Sugriv promised Ram. What he promised Ram? I'll help you find Sita. But Sugriv forget that. He forgot that. Chaturmas went. Then Ram was waiting when Sugriv will come. When Sugriv will come. Then Lakshman said to Ram, I'll go and kill him. He's not coming. Uh, then Lakshman, Ram said, don't kill him, just go and ask. Then Lakshman goes to that palace and he shouts, Oh Sugriva, come out. What are you doing? And at that time, Sugriva was sitting in his asan, drinking wine, enjoying with women, and he totally forgot his service to Lord Ram. Then Lakshman goes and then he challenges Sugriv and he tells him, No, you come back. Lakshman is representative of Guru. So Guru, what he does, he chastises his disciple and brings him back to devotional service. Similarly, because Sugriv got what? Bhog and Aishwarya. And because of Bhog and Aishwarya, what happened? Mm. Bhog and Aishwarya, what happened? He forgot his service to the Lord. So that's why a person who is indulged in sense gratification, who is indulged too much in sense gratification, too much in Bhog and Aishwarya, he cannot perform devotional service properly. And just in Shastra, it is said like resolute determination to develop Bhog and Aishwarya, that is to develop devotional service, that is destroyed. Mm. So in sense gratification also, uh, it is said that sense gratification leads to suffering. So in Shastras, they say like sense gratification is full of doshas. Like there is in sense gratification, like there is Ena dosh, sorry, Arjan dosh. Arjan dosh means if you want to gratify your senses, you have to try a lot or you have to work hard. Like if you want to earn money, you have to work hard. If you want to get some post position, you have to work hard. So in material world, you have to work very hard to get some sense gratification. And after getting, then there is one another problem with sense gratification, that is raksha dosh. That it's very difficult to, you have to protect it also. Whatever you get money, you get post, you get position, or you get your beauty, you get something valuable thing, then you have to protect it. And for protection, you have to be very, you'll be very tensed. You'll be full of anxiety. Especially people who are rich, no matter how much uh, rich they are, like millionaire they are, yeah, billionaire they have to, uh, they are always full of anxiety. No one comes and take my money or not. What will happen? And you can see in recent times, big companies have, they have destroyed. Why? Because of money. So money leads to what? It leads to greed. Greed, too much money, more money I need, more money I need. Huh? And then for protection also you try. So raksha dosh, then shaya dosh. Shaya dosh means in sense gratification doesn't stays permanently. It gets destroyed in time. Like beauty is there. Any beautiful thing in material world, what happens? After some time it fades. Even if it looks beauty for others, the person who is enjoying it, he loses interest in it. That's why they say beauty lies in the eyes of beholder. Hmm. So beauty lies in the eyes of beholder. So that's why, like when we become old, our tooth is gone, hair becomes white, and the beauty which we had, yeah, handsome which we had, everything gets destroyed. But still we are attached. That's why, because if we are attached to this sense gratification, then what happens? We get depressed. Like one actress was there, one white hair came in her hair. So then she became depressed and she was about to commit suicide. Mm. So that what happens uh, when we do go after sense gratification. Then shaya dosh is there. Mm. Then bhog dosh. Bhog dosh means when you try to enjoy it, then what happens? Then you face lot of disease. The more you try to enjoy, the more diseased you become. Yeah. Like more you eat, then more stomach problem. Uh, and more you try to enjoy, like more TV you watch, then what happen? Eye problem. Hmm. So like this, in sense gratification, you enjoy a lot. Then what happens? Then you get many disease and everything is comes. Hmm. And then last thing is insa dosh. Insa dosh means what? Then if you want to do sense gratification, then what happens? You have to hurt someone else. Hmm. Like preaching becomes sense gratification. So in preaching, sense gratification means my group, my followers. So in order to enjoy my follower, we hurt our equals. And this happens generally. Uh, so these things, like practical things, we have to be very careful. Mm. So we have to hurt someone, even in companies also. For maintaining my position, I have to destroy him. For going ahead, I have to, like honeybees are there. Honeybees, when they after collecting honey, a time period comes when all the honeybees start taking what? Honey. So honeybees, when they start feeding on that honey, what happen? When they start taking together in a group, because on the back of honeybees there is a thorn. They hurt each other while taking honey. Uh, so like this, when we do sense gratification, definitely we hurt someone or others. Hmm. So unless and until one comes to the point of serving Krishna, yeah, attaining loving devotional service onto Krishna, hmm, he will keep on hurting others. Hmm. So that's why in Shastras it is said uh, that a person hmm, should not be indulged in sense gratification. And it is said that Nateshu Ramate Budam. Nateshu Ramate Budam means what? Uh, the person should not take interest in sense gratification. Intelligent person should not take in sense gratification. Uh, because Adi Antamanta Konteya, it is starting and it ends. Hmm. And this whole world is designed in such a way that we get bored by sense gratification. Hmm. This whole world, what is the goal of this whole world? Why God created this world? What is dharma? So dharma means God. Dharma tuk shakshat bhagavad pranitam, to achieve God. Hmm. So if we are not interested in achieving God, then Maya Devi, what she does? Maya Devi carries what? She carries a trishul. And with this trishul, what she tries to do? Trishul means teen, three things. So three things means what? Adi Devik, Adi Bodhik, Adhyatmik Klesh. She always gives the Klesh. And with Trishul, we try to what? She tries to teach the living entities. Get out of this world. Get out of this world. Where? To back to Godhead. Hmm. But we living entities always we try to adjust. If the climate is very hot, then what we do? We do AC. And this fridge has come. Hmm. Like if traveling is very difficult, then what you do? We have arranged car. Huh? So this living entity always tries to what? Adjust. So in regarding this, there is one story is there. Like one person is there. His name is Dhananjay. Hmm. Prahar Dhananjay, his name is there. So his story is that once what happens, a father married 10 daughters to a son, to all two different people. So once that father-in-law conducted a festival in his house, he called all the 10 daughters. So all the 10 daughters, along with their husband, came to the festival. So they all attended the festival. The festival got over in 3 days. Then after 3 days, those 10 sons with their daughter, with their wife, like 10 daughters with their son, they were staying there. And father-in-law was serving him. It became 4 day, 5 day, 6 day. And those sons were not, those son-in-laws were not returning back. They were not going back to their house. So father-in-law got amazed. Why they are not going back? They should go back to their house. Na? After the festival is over, they should not stay. Generally, son-in-law don't stay in the father-in-law's house. But they are not going back. So he asked his son, what is happening? Why they are not going? So the son said, if you daily give them feast, they will stay here only. So first stop the feast. So first father, what he did, he stopped the feast because daily sweet, everything was given. So he stopped the feast. And then he told them, "Ki you give them simple, like rice, sabji, dal, roti." So he started serving rice, sabji, dal, roti. And then what happened? Out of those 10 son-in-laws, 3 son-in-laws went back. Hmm. And 7 were remaining. Now what to do? Hmm. Then his son said, feed them only rice and dal. No sabji, no roti, anything. Then he fed them rice and dal. Then another 3 sons also went. Remaining 4 were there. Now what to do? His son said, don't add salt in the dal. Give them sir, only rice and dal. Uh, then remaining 3 went and 1 was remaining. And his name is what? His name was Dhananjay. So his father-in-law asked his son, now what to do? He is the only person remaining. So his son said, don't worry. Tomorrow morning I'll make an arrangement. So tomorrow morning what he did, he took a stick. He was sleeping in his bed with blanket. So he took a stick and then he beat him, and that Dhananjay, he ran away from the house. Why I'm telling this? Similarly, your father is what? Father is Maya Devi. And those 10 son-in-laws are what? They are the living entities. So Maya Devi is giving very many facilities, many arrangements she is making so that we may get out of this world. But what we are doing, we are always trying to adjust in this world. Uh, so why we are adjusting? Because we are attached to this sense gratification. We are attached to this sense gratification. And because of this attachment to the sense gratification, this enjoyment which we are experiencing, because of that, we are not able to give up our attachment to this material world. Mm, to this material world. So that's why Shastra says that we have to, uh, by the knowing the examples of Shastras, we have to learn that beyond sense gratification, there is a devotional service unto the Lord. Mm. So even Lord also never forgives those person who do sense gratification. That's why what is written, Adanta Gopir Vishatam Tamishram. Mm. Adanta Gopir means uncontrolled senses, or Vishatam Tamishram means he goes to hellish planets. So even Lord sees, if you have been given human birth, and if you are not using it properly, then what happens? Lord, what he does, he removes that human birth. He doesn't give him the chance. Just like mother and father are there. Just like a father, if he sends his son to study in city in a very good college, and but that son, what he is doing in the college, he is enjoying. He is not studying properly. And when his father goes and visits the college, he comes to know that he is not studying properly. He is not. He is failing in the exams. Then what his father does? His father tells to his son, "You come back to the village and do farming here." He just removes the facility. Similarly, Lord also what he does, he gives us the human birth of life. But if we don't use it properly for self-realization, for achieving Krishna consciousness, then what will happen? He punishes us. And he punishes us, and then he takes away our human form, and then he pushes us into the lower forms of life. So before Lord punishes us, the devotees come, and they, because of their mercy, even those with uncontrolled senses also become good and very great devotees of the Lord. That is the mercy of the devotees. That is the mercy of the Vaishnava. So because Narad Muni entered the life of Nalakuber and uh, Manigriv, so then transformation took place, and they became very great devotees of the Lord. Mm. Mm. So uh, because of devotees' presence, because of pure devotees' presence in this world, what happens? Even the most unqualified person, even the person who is not interested in devotional life, they become great devotees of the Lord. And the best devotee of the Lord in the whole world is Srimati Radharani. Uh, and the Lord Krishna, when he comes in the mood of Srimati Radharani, then he becomes the most merciful incarnation of all the avatars. And that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is known as hmm, Mahavadanyaya, the most magnificent incarnation of the Lord. Incarnation of the Lord. Mm. So, the proof which Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most magnificent incarnation of the Lord is Jagai and Madai. Tare Sakshi, Jagai and Madai. Because of Jagai Madai, because they were the most sinful person. And because of that, they got delivered. So Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami says, because this Jagai Madai got delivered, it is the proof that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most merciful incarnation of the Lord. And today is Jagannath Mishra Utsav. Uh, just like Nandu Utsav is there, and Jagannath Mishra Utsav is there. So Jagannath Mishra Utsav is, just Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born on in the moonrise. And the next day, there was a huge festival. in Navdeep Dham. Hmm. So in Chaitanya Bhagavad, Vrindavan Das Thakur gives a very vivid description of the festival which took place in Navdeep when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born. Hmm. So I'll just read it. So it is said that even before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took birth, people started chanting the holy name of the Lord, Haribo. So it was Ganges, near Ganges, he was born, like Navdeep Dhamas, you all know. So streams of people went for their bath in the Ganga at the time of eclipse. And all the way they chanted the Lord's name. Uh, Lord's name, what? Haribol they chanted. Hmm. And some who from their birth never once uttered the Lord's name now chanted that name on their way to Ganga. Even those who never uttered the holy name of the Lord, they also chanted the holy name of Lord in front of Ganga. Hmm. So Sri Jagannath Mishra and Srimati Sachi Devi glanced at their child's beautiful face and were overcome with unbounded joy. Hmm. So ladies stood around the child, not knowing what to do. Fussily they ululated in jubilation. Ululated means in Bengali they do, you know. And relatives and friends hurried to see the newborn child. Sri Jagannath Mishra's house was a scene of great exultation. Srimati Sachi Devi's father, Sri Nilambar Chakravarti, found esoteric and wonderful signs in every house of the child's astrological chart. Hmm. So Sri Nilambar Chakravarti was, who was Sri Nilambar Chakravarti? We went to Mayapur. Hmm. He was the father of Sachi Mata. He was a great astrologer also. So he was finding many good signs of this child. So Sri Chakravarti was astounded by the body's beauty and saw all divine symbols on his person. A much accepted prophecy in Bengal was that someday a king would be born in Bengal as a Brahmin's son. So Sri Chakravarti thought that only the future would prove whether this was the child. In the presence of all, Sri Lenambar Chakravarti, an expert astrologer, began explaining the ramifications of different astrological signs in the Lord's chart. The further he delved into the child's exalted chart, the more difficulty he found in describing the Lord's position. Hmm. Mother, he was studying the astrological chart and he was confused because he was not an ordinary child. Hmm. He was Lord himself. So how can the Lord took birth? He was in confusion. Hmm. The, f- uh, the child will conquer Brihaspati and be a scholar. He will be a natural repository of all divine qualities. So, a child would conquer Brihaspati is what? Hmm. So, Brihaspati is the guru, hmm, and he is scholar. He teaches the denizens of heaven. Hmm. So, he will cross him, it is said. Present in the gathering was a great saint in guise of a Brahmin who made prediction on the Lord's future. And the Brahmin was also there in the Sabha, and they will make. He made a very future predictions. That Brahmin said, "He will initiate a wonderful preaching movement and deliver the whole world as it is happening now. He will give everyone that which is forever desirable, even by Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, or Sri Sukdev Goswami." Mm. Upon seeing him, people will feel compassion for all living entities and become callous toward material pains and joys. This will be the great benediction of the whole world. Not to mention ordinary men, even hardcore atheists and worship the child's lotus feet. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains, then even if a hardcore materialist, if he worships Gaur Nitai simply by offering a flower daily, that hardcore materialist will become a very exalted devotee in a very short period of time. What he has to do? Simply offer a flower to the Gaurnitai deities. Hmm. So he is the personification of pure Bhagavad religion, the benefactor of Brahmanas, cows, and devotees, and the affectionate devoted son of his parents. The child has come to accomplish great works, just as the Supreme Lord Narayana incarnated to re establish religious principles. Who can explain the imports of this child exalted astrological and esoteric symptoms? How fortunate you are, Sri Jagannath Mishra, a leader amongst men. I offer my obeisances to you, the illustrious father of the child. I feel greatly fortunate that I could calculate the astrological chart. His name accordingly will be Sri Vishwambara. He will be known to all Navadip, known to all as Navadip Chandra, the moon of Navadipa. He is the spiritual bliss personified. Then the Brahmin didn't speak about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's sannyas because people will get disturbed. So he didn't speak about them. Then, so Sri Jagannath Mishra was very enthralled by seeing this, and he fell at the lotus feet of the Brahmin, and then he donated him. So during this festive time, even the demigods, great demigods and demigoddesses, the wives of the heavenly denizens, starting from Aditi, they come and visit this house, Sachimata's house, which is Yogapit now. And these, when these demigoddess come with Aditi, Sachimata and all the women present there, they get very amazed. Who are these women? They are very nicely dressed. They are looking very beautiful. Uh, who are these women? So Aditi comes. She then blesses, sees this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, small child, uh, and she gets so amazed. And then all the demigoddess, then they um, fall at the lotus feet of Sachimata, took her dust and put them on her head, and they go back. And all the heavenly denizens, they also come in disguise. They come in the form of ghost, hmm, ghost, yeah, in hidden form. So all the ladies of the house, they think that who are there come, some kind of ghost has come, some kind of people, mysterious people have come. I cannot see them. And so they chant the mantras to protect the child. Hmm. And the demigods, they all laugh among themselves. These people, they are funny people, they laugh. And like that, the festival continues. And it said that the mother of the demigods, Aditi, she smiled and placed her right hand holding auspicious grass and paddy on the child's head to bless him, saying, long life, like grass and paddy. Uh, so, like this, the Lord's birth was jubilantly celebrated, uh, and unknowingly thinking the festivity was actually for the lunar eclipse. So Lord Chaitanya appeared on the full moon night of month of Falguna. This day is most worshipable by Lord Brahma and other great personalities. So this day of Lord's appearance is the holiest of all occasions, and this day is devotion personified. Mm. So like this, the Jagannath Mishra festival was celebrated, mm, and everyone watched. And it's also said the Lord, when he was crying, and the people present in the place, they came to know that when Lord's name was chanted, like Haribol, then the Lord stopped crying. Mm. So they came to know that the Lord is smiling when we chant the holy name of the Lord. So what they used to do, the ladies, what they did, they pinched the Lord so that he cries. They experimented with him, and then they again chanted the holy name of the Lord, so that he again smiles. So, our acharyas explain, even before the Lord speaks something, he made the people of the Sachimata's house to chant the holy name of the Lord. So, this is the speciality of Lord Gauranga. Patra apatra nahi. He didn't see any qualification and any kind of any kind of um, this qualification and expectation. But without any discrimination, he gave this Krishna Prem. He gave this Krishna Prem. And that is why Lord Chaitanya is known as the most munificent incarnation of Lord Krishna. Okay, I'll end my class today. So, any questions or any suggestions you can give? श्री श्री राधा गोविंद की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री श्री गौरनिताय की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, जगन्नाथ मिश्र उत्सव की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Yes, Kalpavriksha Prabhu ki jai.